Is Christian there?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Christian Henna Horror. We're back with Surviving the Sequels. God, I've missed this. I haven't done it in a while. I wanted to miss it, and here we go. And I've got the perfect movie. Let's jump out of the 80s, even though this movie does feel like an 80s movie. That's not the point. Today, we're talking about the incredibly great horror movie sequel, The Strangers Prey at Night. When this movie came out, nobody really saw it coming. It had been 10 years since The Strangers. We just thought this was this one-off, really good movie that everybody loved back in the day. 10 years ago, but wow, 10 years is 10 years. Anyway, so this movie comes out, and we're just like, whoa, Strangers Prey at Night, cool, yeah, let's check this out. And the movie did okay, I think, but it wasn't the smash success of anything like Halloween was. But if this movie would have came out after Halloween, that might have been a different story. Not the point of today's video. Let's give you guys 5 reasons why this movie is freaking awesome. And for the record, I like it better than the first. Let's go. The first reason I want you guys to check out Strangers Prey at Night is its unique setting. I mean, in today's day and age, to do a horror movie in just like this trailer park theme, it's just not typical. I mean, let's face it. And what's really cool about this trailer park is the level of isolation that the director was able to create. You know, when you think about it, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a very isolated place. But he managed to pull it off. Number one, with the movie taking place at night, in one night, I thought that was just fantastic. And also just the idea of it being this kind of resort type trailer park where people come and stay for a while and leave, that was a good touch, because that gives you a level of, it's not going to be a packed place. There's not going to be a lot of people there. You can hear the bugs almost when they're outside at night. I thought that was really great, the level of isolation in the sound of the night. Other great reasons that this trailer park scenario comes into play of why I like this movie so much, we're going to touch up on that more in the rest of this list. So let's get going to number 4. Fourth reason, and probably the most important, but I want to tell you this now, is that this movie stands on its own. Yes, it's a sequel to the great movie The Strangers, but what's great about this one is it doesn't like continue the story. And that's kind of refreshing, because, you know, while sequels are great and we love a continuing story, the mystery about these characters still is just very much appreciated, number one. And it wasn't necessary to dive into who these people are and what they do. It's as simple as this. The strangers killed this family in this house in the first movie. And then here we are in this trailer park, these people, no relation that we know of, just another family going to get away. They're getting ready to send their bad daughter off to boarding school. They're in this trailer park, and all of a sudden, we start hearing the knocks. That's great. That's all we need for this kind of movie, and it worked. I mean, you could go into a storyline with these characters. Maybe in the future that'll happen. But for what this movie was, it did it fabulously. It became this great suspense horror movie that shared the name and the characters, but was its own body of work and its own setting and its own scenarios, and it didn't leverage itself from the first movie too much. You don't have to see the first Strangers to have somebody sit down, watch this movie, and be terrified by it. That's the beautiful thing about a great sequel, is that if it's a really good movie, period, you can get away without seeing the part 1. And that's what Strangers Prey at Night does so well, is be its own entity and just be a genuinely great horror movie, period. Third reason you guys need to check out The Strangers Prey at Night is suspense, suspense, suspense. Going back to the trailer park setting, one thing that was really great about this setting, it works so brilliantly, was the ideas of being in these trailers is you've got these long, skinny houses. Once the strangers enter, there is no left or right. It's back and forth. And one of the greatest scenes in the movie is definitely when the daughter and their mom are in the bathroom and one of the stranger girls comes in and she's just going straight to them. You've got nowhere to go, and they're trying to get up and out. And as you can see, not everybody escaped that trailer. The build-up in those scenes were fantastic. The trailer park scenes just leveraged itself to being a suspense cat and mouse scenario so well, and I applaud the director, whoever came up with the story for that, on that setting, because it worked, and I wouldn't have thought about doing anything like that. Another great scene, of course, is the pool scene. Oh, besides the music that was in there that was great, was this, when you get in the water, you're not as mobile, you can't move as fast, and then when you're just watching, oh, this kid, is he gonna get away, is he gonna get away, and then the main guy, boom, grabs him. It's just the whole time, edge of your seat. Oh my, it's just great stuff. The lighting in that scene was great, but the whole movie, once the strangers come in, and they come in slow, one thing that's great about the strangers and that builds even more suspense is they'll knock on the door, say, is Tamara home, and then go away. They build this level of uneasiness in the characters, but it also builds a level of uneasiness in us, the viewer. And that's what's so great about the build-up in this movie is we're going to let you know you need to start getting uncomfortable. And that's exactly what The Strangers do, and it also happens to us as well. The fourth reason you guys need to check out this movie is, of course, the great 80s soundtrack. Now, this movie is not the first to bring back this 80s style soundtrack with the music, with the 80s songs, with We're the Kids in America, but it does it very well. And one thing that's really great about this was the minimal use of technology. Now, granted, this movie definitely feels like it takes place in today's day and age, but once the horror and dread kicks in, you're not thinking about cell phones, you're not thinking about technology. It's just, we've got to run, we've got to get out of here. Technology is taken out of the equation. And once the movie gets into the second and third act and the musical cues kick in, it instantly makes you feel like, oh, wait, this is a new movie. I'm sorry, I thought I was watching a classic 80s horror movie. And it does it just a bit better than other movies like I've seen, like You're Next, or other movies just like that. And The Strangers just does it to the 10th degree, and it does it perfectly. And the selection of songs was brilliant. I mean, it wasn't just the most typical picks for 80 songs, but definitely still big hits that everybody knows. So that was great. And Strangers Prey at Night just killed it with that area. Fifth and final reason I would like you guys to check out Strangers Prey at Night, if you haven't, is just the great characters. What's great about this movie is not having a giant cast. You got to get introduced to this person, you got to decide if they're going to make you dive into this movie more, or if they're going to kind of isolate you and draw you back. And what's great about this is the small-knit family. They don't do anything too bizarre. It's a typical family, but everybody's just believable. It's when you get a good group of actors. It looked like they maybe have had some practice. Maybe they got some rehearsals together, but you genuinely believe this was a family. You've got the typical bad girl who's misunderstood. She plays it realistically. She's not over the top. She's not the just ridiculous, I'm going to cuss you parents out kind of girl. She's just that typical misunderstood, I'm gonna make mistakes type of girl. And she even admits that in the movie, I'm gonna make mistakes. And then the parents are trying to be the cool parents. They're still like the responsible type. It was a very, very good cast in the movie. I enjoyed the whole family. And obviously the strangers, the people that play these roles in this movie, it's like they haven't skipped a beat. I don't know if they use the same exact people. Maybe you guys can let me know. But the characters in this movie that did this part, I mean, they just killed it. They did an absolutely fantastic job. Every character in this movie you care about, whether it be the strangers themselves, where you want to see them get harmed, or if it's the family member themselves that you want to see not get harmed. It's just all around. It's brilliant. It's fabulous. And a bonus reason I want you guys to check out this movie, I usually don't do 6 reasons, but they just crank it up to 11 in this movie. The last 15 minutes of this movie are a blaze of glory, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Just absolutely raises the bar without getting too ridiculous. I cannot say enough good things about this movie. I'm stupid for not going to see it in theaters, and I wish I would have. But that's it, guys. 5 reasons why you gotta see The Strangers Prey at Night. Just probably one of the best horror movies in the last 5 years. I genuinely think so. And there's been some really good horror movies, but, you know, Strangers Prey at Night, definitely up there. Not a one-time watch. This movie betters with more than one watch, and it's a great friend movie. Get your buddies over to watch it. Just great. So you guys won't regret checking out Strangers Prey at Night. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you're a fan of Surviving the Sequels, give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to drop a comment. Let me know why you love this movie, or if you haven't seen this movie yet. And also be sure to hit the bell so you'll never miss an upload. Until then, this is Christian Hanna Horror saying we'll see you guys next time.